Hi Scorpio, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings, Tarot Reading from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for choosing the channel again for your April 2017 reading. You'll already have your 21 card Gypsy Tarot general spread for the next 6 months, April through to September 2017. Here we're focusing on the month of April. Now your cards admittedly have already been drawn. Just to save time really, Scorpio, to be honest with you, I've been working all morning on these. What we're doing with this reading as well, we're obviously using your angel answers for the advice at the end. And also I pulled 3 cards from the Lenormand deck of cards, just 3 cards for a message for you. The message that came was really weird because it was so different from what's gone on in the reading, from what I can see coming up for Scorpio. So it was a little bit odd, I thought the message was, but we'll see what you make of it. Anyway, you now position shows you guys turning your back. 3 of Wands and that turning its back. Whenever you get cards that seem to be turning their back on a situation, it should tell you the situation that they're turning their back on and what they're looking towards. The 5 of Wands is often a card about confusion, obstacles, challenges, competitiveness. Sometimes this card will show up as. So I feel that, you know, this can be inner tension, outer tension. Whatever the situation is, you seem to be trying to move out of a situation that may have been, I don't know whether it's had you held up for quite a while, Scorpio, or, you know, whether you've just had enough of people around you or a situation that you just can't, because the trouble with the 5 of Wands is you can't win. You can't win a lot of the time with this card. You've got to be fairly strong around the 5 of Wands because it's a card that represents, you know, everybody's, you know, vying for pole position. And people are seldom willing to back down when you get a 5 of Wands. So I feel that some of you guys are kind of like, you know, let me just leave this situation because I've had enough of it. And I see you guys kind of, in the month of April, you're finding ways to move out of a situation, whatever that situation is, that is, you know, confusing, uncomfortable, pisses you off, is annoying, all of those things. I think that you're looking to move out of that, Scorpio. I think you've had enough. Which is why in the present situation, you are the 10 of Wands. You're experiencing the 10 of Wands in April, facing that devil. Now, if you look at the cards and how they're interacting with each other, Scorpio, you know, you look at this 10 of Wands and, you know, it's a card that says, you know, you're either pushing for something, you're either dealing with too many things. With the 10 of Wands, you're either burdened by something or you're pushing through because you want to get to a goal. But it can also mean with this card, concealment. Now, or you're hiding from something here. Now, because it's facing a fairly kind of, you know, if I had a card like, I don't know, the 8 of Wands maybe, or maybe the 10 of Pentacles, to me, some people would say there are burdens around finances when you get 10 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. For me, some people might be trying to achieve the 10 of Pentacles because the 10 of Wands is a card really about achievement. So when you get this card showing up, it's saying, you know, I'm trying to achieve something here at all costs and I'm going to get to that deadline. However, make no mistake with the tarot, Scorpio, because it is multifaceted. And sometimes these cards can mean, especially with the 10 of Wands, you're not pushing for something, you're hiding from something, okay? Can mean overcoming obstacles with the 10 of Wands, but you're hiding from a devil card. The devil is not the prettiest card within the tarot, it really isn't. And it often represents temptation, restrictions, obstacles, bad people, for example, abuse, that type of thing. Fears is another word that we can use with the devil. So I do feel for Scorpio that you are either pushing against, you know, and you can see this card is pushing. Look at the cards and look at how they work together. This guy, sometimes if you get the 10 of Wands with, say, an 8 of Wands, this can be somebody who is trying to block a fight. So basically, 10 of Wands, 8 of Wands, get those cards together if you've got a pack of tarot and see what the pictures conjure up, because this can be somebody who's fighting against attack when you get 10 of Wands. So sometimes this card is, when you get 10 of Wands and an 8 of Wands, so sometimes this card, Scorpio, is about fighting against something. For you guys, it's the devil. It might be your fears. It might be the fear of going back to this. Okay, so we can look at 10 of Wands as also being a card that says, I reject as well. So, you know, you've got the 5 of Wands here. You're turning your back on that 5 of Wands. Had enough of some form of drama that's going on within your life, whatever situation that might be for you, Scorpio. And as a result of that, I feel that you are determined with this 10 of Wands not to kind of be a part of this devil energy. Because the devil energy is often a card that shows up for abuse. It shows up for superficial situations. It shows up for drugs, drink, sex. restrictions, authority figures, people who don't have our best interests at heart. For you guys, I feel that you're rejecting this devil. You're pushing against it. You don't want it in your way anymore. So whether this is, the devil card here could easily be those Five of Wands people here that you seem to be rejecting here. The situation of the Five of Wands, it could be people around you, as I said, or just how you're feeling within yourself. You might be feeling tense, very sort of tense within yourself in the month of April 2017, Scorpio. Whatever the case is, you're fighting against it here. All right, it's something that you're rejecting, you're blocking out, you're hiding from it, or you're rejecting it, or you're trying to push it away. But there's something you don't want here, I feel, and it's a real sort of, I just get the sense when I'm looking at those two cards, there's a sense of, I've really kind of had enough of this situation, I'm done with it, I'm really, really done, I'm getting the sense of I'm done. Because in the distant past, or the root issue for this is, I feel that Scorpios have really entered a time where drama is no longer a part of their long-term goal or plan. We've all been through it as Scorpios. When I used to work in that workplace a couple of years ago, all I had was drama around, you guys would have seen the video I put up in 2015 when I was going through real torture at this particular workplace that I was at. It was a place that dealt with trains, basically. And there were some pretty nasty energies, and for whatever reason, they wanted to pick on me. And, it doesn't matter, whatever I'd done or whatever they perceived that I'd done or who I was, what they did in return to me, there was no reason for it. I mean, what they did in return for whatever they perceived I was doing, it was kind of not balanced. And I had to face a lot of problems there, and I remember after that situation, Scorpio, I had to even go for counselling because I'd become so ill, I'd lost so much weight, I was really poorly after that situation. I was this a year ago when I came out of that. I turned my back on the drama. I just thought, you know what, no more drama for me. I'm not going back into any more situations with bad people, because that's how I saw them, as bad people, because they were to me. And this is what you guys were doing, because I wanted to. I remember when I was coming out of that situation, this is what I wanted. King of Cups, Ten of Cups. Now, for some of you guys, it might be that you're turning your back on drama because in the distant past, there might have been somebody that came into your life, a King of Cups, and you could see happiness with this person. This person might have brought you joy. It might have been a fellow water sign. But remember, the King of Cups, Scorpio, is you. You're Scorpio, and King of Cups is a Scorpio energy card. So this can very easily be you. And I feel that in the distant past, or the root issue is that you've actually been looking at a way, Scorpio, where you can say to yourself, and you've really been saying to yourself, you know what, actually, there's a better way forward. And you're seeing a better way forward in here. But also, it's not just that there's just a better way forward. It's also, I feel for you guys, I want to be at peace. The King of Cups, when you get this card show, this is about somebody who stands in their mental clarity. Mental and emotional clarity is the King of Cups. So remember, kings are in charge of situations. Kings take charge. So when you're a King of Cups, whatever it is that you have learned from especially the Queen of Cups, I see those two as quite kind of symbiotic energies. They're very sane. The Queen of Cups is somebody who finds knowledge, okay? Finds knowledge about how she feels, finds knowledge about other people. How can she empathise with someone? How can she sympathise? How can she put herself in someone's shoes? Okay, we broke up. What were the reasons for us breaking up? Was there anything to do with me? She's that type of person. She's not the type of person that will put the blame, not unless she's in the reverse, which shows a drama queen and somebody who can't take, who can't take responsibility for their actions. The Queen of Cups and King of Cups do take responsibility for their actions. They're that type of energy. But from the Queen of Cups energy, this is what I'm saying, the King of Cups enacts that. So he acts out what we have learned within the Queen energy here. The Page and the Knight, they're just discovering who they are. But with the Queen, these are the two sort of higher energies I find of those two cards. Because it's no longer, the Page is just developing and understanding what love is. The Knight wants to kind of follow up and act on that love. The Queen wants to go deeper with the love. She wants to know a little bit more about what it is to feel mature love. And the King acts on that knowledge. So for me, you guys are really acting on the knowledge here of what it is that you have found out. Here, you had enough of drama. This is no good. Five of Wands can be, maybe you're dealing with competitors around you. Maybe you're dealing with people who just don't get the message. Maybe you're dealing with people who, will never learn. You'll never be able to teach them anything. You'll never be able to tell them anything. Maybe you're dealing with this energy, Scorpio, in April. and you say, you know what, I don't think, because this is what happens with the Five of Wands, you get involved in this, and at some point you're going to have to say, you know what, actually, I don't think there's anything that I can do about this situation. So what am I going to do? You know what, there's a better way forward. I'm just going to look outward and, you know, look forward to other things, because I can't be dealing with this drama. You know, and therefore, you know what, I'm tired of this shit. You know, I'm blocking out all negative energy around me. I refuse to have it in my life. I will put up any type of barrier against you, because, you know what, I found that I just want happiness. I'm at that point now where I'm completely clear with the King of Cups energy and with that Ten of Cups, that my happiness and my abundance and my sheer joy is within the good people around me, within my family, within my friends, within the people who have my life, that they've got my, you know, I find happiness in the people around me who really have, you know, are looking out for me, as it were. Okay, they've got my best intentions at heart. That's what I'm trying to say here. And this is where you guys are. And you've got 2 cup cards here. This is the reason for why you're blocking out this shit here. Because you've reached a point of mental and emotional clarity with that King of Cups that, you know what, 10s represent completion. So it could also be, you know, usually you get King of Cups, Ten of Cups. This is love that's kind of long lasting. This is a really gentle energy with both of these cards. It's about sheer joy, feeling really grounded, feeling really just happy and complete where you are. And you have reached a point of completion where you can say, you know what, this is what I want and this is what I don't want. And what you don't want is this, Scorpio. You don't want that. And you don't want that because you're blocking it out and you're actually building a wall against it. So there are things within your life in April that you're going to say, you know what, no more of this bullshit. I'm done with it. And as a result of that, as a result of this King of Cups and Ten of Cups energy, what we find is that you're manifesting new relationships, because you've got the Magician here. Magician means to manifest. 6 of Cups can mean the past. Yes, you could be manifesting maybe something from the past, but you'll only manifest something from the past if it's something that was good in the first place. If it's something that was a dodgy energy, then this is new relationships. Because I don't believe that the universe is bringing anything in that is not serving you right now in April. Okay, so I feel that you guys are manifesting, or you're looking to manifest. Remember, the Magician is to make things happen. It's what you think about, you bring about. So what you're thinking about with the Magician card and you're bringing about, remember, when you get the Magician, what I've often found is, because he's got a hand that points upwards and he's got a hand that points downwards, where is he pointing down to? He's pointing to the 6 of Cups. So he's pointing towards what he's thinking about is a better way forward, better relationships, more pure, more honest, kinder, supportive. And this is what he's manifesting. So I feel for April, you guys are looking to manifest just better relationships with better people. I don't feel that you need all this drama that some of you guys have had around you. I think you're done with it. This is what it's saying. But remember, you're human beings, so you can always ping pong back from one thing to the other. As Scorpio can do, I've found within these readings. 1 minute they're, you know, they're like, yeah, that's it. And then the next reading comes up, it's like they're back in the shit. So, you know, I feel that you guys are really kind of, just from those few cards there, it's about kind of saying, I am actually done with this. And also, the Devil can mean, you know, nasty little karmic relationships. You know, karma isn't done when you get that Devil card. You know, I've experienced this definitely in my life when you know, there was somebody that I really felt a lot for. This was somebody I met at a workplace a couple of years ago. And I really felt a lot for him. I really did. I don't know why I did, I just did. And this is the Devil card. This is how I felt a few years ago. No, it was a couple of years ago. 2015, I really felt this card, this energy, the Devil. I really felt such a pull towards this person. This person really kind of did it for me. But luckily, you overcome that energy. Luckily. And it's nice. When you're in the Devil, it's horrendous. It's a horrible energy for anybody to be in, especially if it's a relationship thing. It's not just about codependency, it's about the inability to let go of a situation. But you guys are fighting against it. You don't want any part of it. It's causing too much drama and you want to turn your back on the drama. You've had enough. Because you know that your happiness and your joy comes from the people that make you happy. The people around you, the people who make your life worth something, the people who add value to your life. Your family, your friends, your children, the people in the here and now that can actually do something for you in life. I don't mean materially wise, I just mean soul wise. And therefore, you're manifesting new relationships, Magician and that 6 of Cups. Your challenge is the Seven of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Seven of Cups is about many choices that need to be made. Okay, the Seven of Cups is also where things can be a little bit on a cloud. They're a little bit up in the air. We've got a Knight of Wands here. And because the Seven of Cups is such a card, I don't really like it with the Knight of Wands, because the Knight of Wands can be a little bit directionless. He tends to go with his passions, and he tends to be very, very enthusiastic. So it might mean because you're moving out of a situation, you might have many ideas, and you might be quite passionate with all of them. But really this is saying that you need to streamline certain things within your life. I feel because you have a certain... I would say because you've got a certain kind of way that you want to go in April. After, it's almost like a burden really has been lifted off your shoulders. And I saw that also occurring for the March reading, Scorpio, where it just felt like there was a burden, a massive burden that was coming off Scorpio's shoulders. Okay, and I feel because this has happened, it's kind of like, right, I've got an idea for this, and this. And you kind of want to rush and do everything at once with this Knight of Wands. You kind of want to rush into all of these ideas at once, but it's telling you really you need to streamline things. Because the best case scenario is that your deepest passions and your deepest creative ideas are really taking shape with that Ace of Wands. Okay, it's really, really beginning to take shape. Things are beginning to take shape for you. Okay, it really is. The moon isn't always about negativity and anxiety. Sometimes it can mean you don't know what you're doing, or it can mean that there's a little bit of lack of clarity over these new ideas that you have. But I do feel that more than anything, the creative ideas are really taking shape here. Okay, in the month of April 2017. The immediate future is interesting because we have an Emperor showing up here. Okay. And we've got the Two of Cups, and I also pulled the Judgment card with that because I wanted to see, well, what is this about? Is this about a new relationship for Scorpio? Emperor and the Two of Cups can be a relationship with an older man or an older woman, or it can be a relationship with an authority figure, or it can be communication with an authority figure. For some of you guys, if we were to leave the Judgment card out, it might be that you're receiving advice. The Emperor is always a really good advisor for some of you guys, okay? Because the Emperor is strong, the Emperor is wise, the Emperor has experience. So for some of you guys, it might be in order to streamline. You know, you've got many desires with this Moon card that are taking shape. But we see that you've got many ideas around this with the Seven of Cups. And you don't quite know, you're rushing into a lot of things. And I feel that you need to kind of take it back a little bit and streamline stuff. Which might be why, you know, in the immediate future, you've got somebody who has common sense with that Emperor, who's able to kind of, you know, you've got a connection with, you can talk with. Maybe with the Judgment card, they help you to see things in another way, or how you can kind of move forward in the month of April 2017. This for me can also mean, because the Emperor means to be serious, it can mean that you're seriously maybe committed to judgment, to breaking free from old patterns perhaps, Scorpio, in the month of April 2017. So there's some really lovely energies in the second 2 weeks of April 2017 that seem to be coming in for you. I feel that what you're going to experience coming in though is interesting, because you've got the Eight of Cups and the Five of Swords. Can you see those cards, guys? So I feel that more than anything, I'm seeing this two ways, okay? The first way is to say that, you know, in the second 2 weeks of, the final 2 weeks of April, you know, you've got the Emperor, you might be receiving some advice or having a chat with somebody who's in authority, somebody who's got great wisdom, who's very strong, who's very knowledgeable, and they might be helping you with the Judgment card to see things in another way, or how you could do something. Maybe streamline a few of these things that you're rushing into, Scorpio, here. All right, it could be a family person, you know, Emperors represent fathers, or a very kind of patriarchal person. Emperors can also be very, very nurturing because they're very protective. So it could also be a protective energy around you, potentially. Okay? You know, you could have that experience. Or it could be that, you know, you're seriously committed maybe to, you know, this new awakening, to this new path that you're taking. But it's saying, you know, what you'll experience either with the Eight of Cups and the Five of Swords is, number one, potentially when I looked at those cards, I thought, interesting. What's the correlation? What's the similarity for you, Carol, between the Eight of Cups and the Five of Swords? Well, both cards represent for me somebody who is doing something in the interest of themselves. Because the Eight of Cups means, well, I leave behind a situation that no longer serves me. And sometimes when you get the Eight of Cups, Scorpio, sometimes people get hurt along the way. You know, sometimes you've got to, because this card can also be affiliated, Scorpio, with the word to abandon. So some of you guys might feel the need to abandon something within your life, possibly in your own interests, with the Five of Swords. Because the Five of Swords is about somebody who's only focused on their own victory, and it's to the detriment of others. Okay, this is the thing with the tarot. The tarot has certain meanings to each of the cards, but it's up to the reader to be able to look into those things. It's not always that the Five of Swords is jealousy. It's not always that the Five of Swords is combat. It is. It's not always that it's obstacles or it's people that are standing in your way. Sometimes it's yourself. And sometimes when you get the Five of Swords, this person was confident enough. You have to be confident to fight two people off. You've got to be confident enough to let people surrender or to make people surrender. It's one person against two. All right? This person has the... There's no common sense reason why one person would have the upper hand over two people. You know, we can see that this person has the majority of the swords. So they've claimed they've got everything for themselves. They've gained everything for themselves. But the fact of the matter is, the Five of Swords shows one person who wins out at the, wins out at two people. So this person wins a war with two others. And there's no real common sense with that Five of Swords. You know, you get two against one. Usually it's two people, unless you're a karate expert or something. Two people are usually going to topple one person, yeah? Because it's two against one, it's greater. But this says that this person had real self-belief for me. This person was really confident. Also, they had to fight. Perhaps because they had nothing else to rely on, they have to fight. So, and they had to say to themselves, okay, I've got nobody else to rely on, it's just me. So I've got to be brave and I've got to win this thing. So really for me, this is thought over, this is kind of like your thoughts attract your reality. So this is where we could see the Five of Swords maybe in a very positive light. That the way that you think about a situation brings about a situation, okay? So for some of you guys, what you will experience is, whatever it is that you are learning with this Emperor, Two of Cups and the Judgment card, you're actually walking towards with the Eight of Cups. And as I said, within pairings, I often look at what are the similarities, what are both cards saying? Both cards could be saying, well, you're going to have to kind of let a few people down, or you're going to have to kind of just abandon someone or something, even if they don't like it, even if it doesn't fit well with you, even if you don't want to do it. In order for you to make progress, you will have to abandon certain things. It doesn't have to be people, Scorpio, but it might mean that you'll have to abandon certain things within your life if you're going to move forward, okay? So this is where you're going to have to put yourself first. The other thing that I thought with these cards, Scorpio, is that, we could look at the tarot interaction, and there's a man who's leaving something behind here, and he's walking towards something greater. He's walking towards something that he feels is going to give him better prospects, that's going to make him feel happier, more content, more complete. Look at how he walks. He's walking uphill, not down. But in front of him, there is the Five of Swords. So there might be some opposition that you face. And I'm not saying it's going to be other people. If it's going to be other people, it might be an air sign person where you have an obstacle in moving on from a situation. Other than that, it might mean to be the Five of Swords. It's just simply, in a word, there are sort of hurdles that you might need to face. So it might be that, yes, you're leaving drama behind. You've got a certain way that you want to go. You know that what you want is just happiness, fulfillment, completion, contentment, real sort of emotional and, soul-based joy. And, you're deciding that you're going to start manifesting these things, new relationships, things that make you feel happier. You've got many ideas and you don't want to rush into so much, okay? But you do know that what you're creating is starting to take form, but somebody has a word with you and they suddenly put you in the right direction, or you are kind of having a word with yourself, or, you're very committed to a new beginning or to starting something new or breaking free of certain patterns. But it's saying, number one, you're going to have to really be serious about this, Scorpio, okay? So you're going to have to really put yourself first. Even if it means that you're having to let certain people down, or there's a sense of you're having to abandon certain things, or, just kind of leave certain things behind, even if it hurts others maybe, or even if it hurts yourself and you don't want to leave it behind. It's saying to you, influence is coming in, this is something you're going to have to do in order to achieve success. The other thing to say is what you could experience is that, for some of you guys, you might be thinking, oh, this is going to be easy. Whatever it is that I'm looking to achieve now, it's going to happen like that. But the reading for me is saying, well, no, there might still be challenges, because remember the Five of Swords can be challenges, but sometimes the Five of Swords is the challenge. It depends on who you are on this card, Scorpio. If you're the two people walking away from the man, you're letting your self-defeating thoughts take over, because that's what the Five of Swords can also represent. So it could be that these aren't external people. It might be that you're walking towards a higher path. You're trying to make progress and achieve, but it might be that you've got some negative thoughts still going on there with this Five of Swords energy. Remember, Five of Swords, the swords represent thoughts, ideas, but also communication. So it might be, I don't think it's communication, because I think you had good communication maybe with somebody here who's quite intelligent and quite wise. I feel what this might be is that, you know, after you've kind of get yourself straight in the second 2 weeks of April, after realising that you don't want to repeat of certain patterns that may have been holding you guys back at some point, what you're doing is you're saying, right, okay, I'm, you know, very conscientious about this, I'm very focused about it, right, I know exactly which way I'm going, but it might be, you know, that there is certain communication maybe that comes in and kind of puts a little bit of an obstacle in your way of whatever it is that you're going to do. Or it could be that it's your self-defeating thoughts as well, okay, which therefore we could turn this card around and say, well, if you've got self-defeating thoughts, Scorpio, you better get yourself right, because at the end of the day, it's self-interest here, and it's a dog-eat-dog world, so you got to get yourself straight, you got to get yourself right. There's no time in April, Scorpio, for self-defeating thoughts, for negative thoughts, because if you want to achieve whatever it is that I can see you guys are looking to achieve, you got to get yourself right. You got to get yourself straight, and you got to start believing in yourself 100%, because I can see for some of you guys there could be some self-defeating thoughts coming in here on your way to the top. But it also says, you know, even if it's communication from someone, even if it is somebody standing in your way, you've got to just push through it, okay? Because what your hopes are is, and these are two great cards to show up as a hope, because you've got the Tower and Death in your hopes. This is not a fear, this is a hope. Because the Tower is something that breaks something apart. This is why when the Tower comes in, it suggests that there is a move happening. Or it suggests that something that you have been in for a while, there's going to be a massive eruption. So it's not going to stay standing for long. And with the Death card, it means complete and utter decimation. Is it decimation the word? Is that a word? Can't remember what the word is. Somebody tell me what the word is. Is it decimation? Somebody tell me what the word is, please, guys, if you can. You know, it's complete, well, destruction. Complete and utter destruction with the Death card. It's finished. What you want, what you're looking for is a complete finish or an ending. This is what you're hoping for. And when we look at the best case scenario, Scorpio, what we see is the moon. Now, a little trick to doing the Celtic cross, to how things are going to evolve for a client, is to look at what their crowning thoughts are. Now, the crowning thoughts is the best case scenario. When we get the crowning thoughts straight best case scenario, it's either what you're living at the present time, or it's what's going on in the mind. And what goes on in the mind manifests. Now, if we were to look at this as crowning thoughts, for me, the moon and the Ace of Wands together as a combination could be, well, you've got some deep desires going on here. This isn't just about deep fears with the moon card. It's not just about worries and anxiety, but it's also about deep desires. And it might be that your crowning thoughts are that your deep desires will start to take shape with the Ace of Wands. They're starting to sprout, because the Ace of Wands is all about, you know, planting a seed and watching it grow. So your deepest desires here. Now, we know with the moon card, there are cards within the tarot that literally show things happening. Okay, I mean literally, like, it shows something happening, like, completely, like, in real time. So it's a tangible thing. It's something that you can see happening. So, for example, you get the Knight of Wands. Sometimes this will show literally somebody moving house or moving residence. Or Six of Wands, literally somebody who's travelling. The moon card, unless it shows maybe something like a woman's period, time of the month, for example, or it shows maybe somebody who's feeling really tense and whatever, as a card that shows literally kind of in terms of a desire, it doesn't show that the desire is manifesting, it's showing that the desire is felt. So, feeling desires with the moon card, we needed another card like the Ace of Wands to say that this wasn't just going to stay as a desire. You could get the moon and the Page of Swords, I suppose, in a way. And the moon would, for me, would be, you know, there might be some angst around maybe some difficult communication with the Page of Swords. But Page of Swords can also mean, well, I'm looking to initiate something, but I just haven't done it yet. So it might be with the moon and the Page of Swords, well, there's some deep desires, but the Page of Swords is kind of like, there's a bit of hot air at the moment. I'm looking to initiate on those, start something with those deep desires, but it doesn't happen. But here it's great because you've got the Ace of Wands and it shows things are actually starting to evolve. They're actually starting to show up, which is what the Ace of Wands is. So I feel that your crowning thoughts are that all these deep desires that you have going forward in April, in whatever capacity that might be, you're looking for these things to evolve, okay, with the Ace of Wands. All right, we're going to get a Lenormand on that. We're going to see what is it that Scorpio is looking to evolve with the Ace of Wands and the Moon card. What is their crowning thoughts? What are they actually looking for to evolve with that Moon card and the Ace of Wands? Show me. I feel it's that maybe some conversation, you've got the birds, that could bring an ending with the coffin, maybe to a long-term situation. The Lilies is a King of Swords card. Because when you get the Lenormand, you've got certain court cards. And this is a man here, he's an older man. It could be talk that could bring an ending. Lilies usually means a long-term situation, a situation that's matured. So it could be that, you know, what your desires are to manifest with that Moon and the Ace of Wands could be based on a conversation that brings an ending with the coffin. Could either be a King of Swords, because the man on the card is the King of Spades. These are based on playing cards when you get the court cards here. So this man would be a King of Spades. And the King of Spades in the tarot is actually a King of Swords. Okay, so you get King of Clubs, which would be King of Wands, King of Spades, which would be King of Swords, King of Hearts, would be King of Cups, and King of Diamonds, which would be King of Pentacles. This would actually be a King of Swords. So for some of you guys, it might be communication that brings an ending to, you know, a King of Swords, for example, or communication that brings an ending to a long-term situation. And that's why your mental area is looking to, your desires start taking shape, because I feel that you're done with a certain situation within your life with these three cards. You want an ending to it. And what I was saying is that, you know, sometimes you look at the crowning area, Scorpio, your deepest desires start to manifest with the Ace of Wands. Remember, the Wands card can also be about what we're attracting, because they're a fire energy. So they represent the energy that comes from a human being out into the universe and how it starts to attract things in. What I was saying was, sorry, sometimes I get off track. Your crowning area is very important, because it links up with your hopes or fears. Now we can see here these are very similar. This is in your hope. Your crowning area is about deepest desires starting to, you know, bring forth results with the Ace of Wands. And we can see that the hope is that a massive change with the Tower card brings in finality. So it's destruction to the old for you. So we can see how those two would tally up, and that you're looking for something fresh. You're looking to move out of something here in the month of April 2017. You're done with it. It looks like you're done because you got your back turned to that Five of Wands energy, Scorpio. So you are done with something here. Your outcome cards are beautiful, because what we've got, and I feel that this is really, you know, the universe is saying, you know, take your time. Take your time, Scorpio, because we know, I don't know whether many people think this, I'm certainly like this. Sometimes I can jump from one thing to the other. Sometimes I can jump from one energy to the other. But when I know that I'm done with the situation, I'm kind of done with it. And I kind of have to just move on, especially if that situation is not bearing any fruit for me. You know, I kind of have to leave it. But the trouble with Scorpio is there's always that little part of us that kind of still holds on to that bit of hope within something. That's the problem with Scorpio. I think, you know, I don't know about any of you other Scorpios, but certainly for me, when I'm done with something, I'm done. But there's always that little 5% there that still holds out for something. All right? So I think you need to be careful of that. And I feel that that's why the universe is saying in the outcome, continue to work hard, because you've got the Eight of Pentacles. Put your efforts, your focus and your energy into the tangible things that are going to bring you rewards. For me, with the High Priestess, this is to be patient, okay? It's not telling you that all your hard work is leading to nothing. It's telling you that all your hard work, well, with the High Priestess, we know she's a passive energy. She doesn't do anything in the tarot except for read books and learn, okay? So for some of you guys, it could be in the outcome that you're learning something from this situation, that Eight of Pentacles, okay? Maybe this is about spiritual growth. Maybe what you're working towards gives you some spiritual growth, gives you a better understanding with this High Priestess energy here. But it can also be, for me, you know, carry on working hard and putting your effort into the goals that you want to attain in April 2017, Scorpio. Going to need to be patient with that High Priestess, because there is progress being made on your deepest, and I feel that the Empress means it's your goals that you're aspiring to. You're aspiring to be this Empress. But with the Knight of Pentacles, it's going to take a bit of time before you actually really hit this here. Okay? So I think it's telling you to carry on. Put that effort in. Still carry on carrying on, doing what you're doing. It's going to take time with the High Priestess, but you're making progress towards being all that you can be with the Empress card, Scorpio. Okay? I mean, it's a beautiful reading. It really is. Where are we? 36 minutes. I always spend so long on Scorpio because obviously I'm a Scorpio. I really kind of get you guys, obviously, because being a Scorpio woman, I'm 2 parts Scorpio, remember, and 1 part Aries. So, you know, the majority of me is a Scorpio at the end of the day. And I'm Aries in my moon. So, you know, I'm really quite a strong character as a woman, you know. I'm quite a force to be reckoned with at the best of times. But I really feel for Scorpio in the month of April, and I really enjoy doing Scorpio readings because I find you guys just to be fascinating. Not because you view my videos the most, but because I feel that we've got just a really strong relationship together on YouTube. I have with all the other signs, but Scorpio's my baby, you know. You guys, I love you to bits. I really, really do. So at the end of the day, Scorpio, this is all about, you know, the month of April 2017. Don't be sticking around for things that ain't sticking around for you, right? Do not be being involved in situations that cause you intensity, that make you feel uncomfortable, that make you feel sad. You know, we can see it. We'll quickly go through the reading again, Scorpio. There's too much drama, man. 5 of Wands is drama. I'm just turning my back on it. Because you know what? I'm pushing against this thing that might have held me down for too long. It's trying to get my attention again. It's trying to make me come back into the fold, but I ain't going there. I'm sick of it, because you know why? What I see is that there is happiness in the here and now. I am at such a point of gratitude and emotional awareness for where I am right now. Family, friends, the good people around me. Some of you guys might have a person here. It could be, I mean, it's weird because as a result of this card, you should be getting the present situation. So it might be that there is somebody around you making you happy. It could be a water sign potentially. It could be a, you know, reconnection with one or something like that. But, you know, this is you guys as well, the King of Cups, Scorpio. So for some of you guys, it could be, you know what? I'm at that point of realisation. And when you're a king, remember, you're at that point where you start to act out in the world what you have learnt from the Queen energy. And all of the energy of the Page, of the Knight and the Queen, you start to enact it as a king. So you're starting to display these facets of where you want to be. And it's all in the water energy. So emotionally wise, you're kind of at peace with yourself. You've reached that point where there is real peace, which is why you turn your back on this shit here. Too much drama, too much tiredness, too much exhaustion, too much energy. And therefore, you're looking to manifest probably loving, supportive, new relationships with that Magician and the 6 of Cups. Your challenge is streamlining everything, okay? You're very enthusiastic in the month of April, but you got a lot going on here. There's a lot of things that are still up in the air, and you seem to be quite kind of just passionate about a lot of things, but you really need to just focus on the one thing and move forward with that. Because the best case scenario for you guys is that your deepest desires with the Moon card are starting to take shape. Things are starting to show results here with the Ace of Wands. Also, the Moon card is definitely a manifestation card. If you notice, when people tell you to start manifesting stuff, it's on a full moon. A lot of the time it's on a full moon they'll tell you to start manifesting certain things. So the Moon card we can also look at as being a card of manifestation, and it's literally starting to show results with the Ace of Wands. The immediate future, you guys may be committed. You're very serious with this. It can be Scorpio as well. The Emperor for me is not about, a lot of people will read the Emperor as an ego card, and it can definitely be an ego, but I feel for Scorpio, Scorpios don't have egos. We're far too deep to have an ego. That's what I find with Scorpios. Being a Scorpio myself, I don't have an ego. I'm more than likely to shout out the people that have an ego, because I don't deal with ego. Okay, if I, you know, a lot of people want to say, and I've seen a lot of people say, even people that don't deal in my line of work, I've seen a lot of friends or a lot of people who I've known who have said, you know, Scorpios have ego. They look down their nose at people. They're this, that, and the other. Scorpios don't look down their nose at people. People get Scorpios wrong because what people think that Scorpios do is they think we're looking down our nose, but it's only because Scorpios are so intelligent about who they are, and they're intelligent about the world around them, and they're intelligent about who the fucker it is that they're dealing with. So a Scorpio will be able to see through the shit of another individual. You get a Queen of Wands and a Scorpio. Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups can also be seen as a Scorpio energy. You get a Queen of Wands and a Queen of Cups facing off against each other, and the Queen of Cups is going to call out that Queen of Wands, and she's going to say, why are you putting on a face? Why are you coming all up in my grill and trying to act like you're the best thing since sliced bread? We know that it's just your ego, Queen of Wands. We know that you're just trying to flaming well put on this face to us. We know that you're just trying... We know you ain't got no hidden depths, Queen of Wands. Not really. I'm just saying this in terms of... I'm saying it based on my own experience. Because I, as a Queen of Cups as well, have experienced many Queen of Wands in my time. And a lot of them have been very, very focused on the ego. So it's all in their body, or the way that they look, or how many people that they can attract. So you get Queen of Wands. Queen of Cups will always come to you with love. Scorpios will always come in love. But if we need to get hard ass with people, we're going to get hard ass with people. All right? We will get hard ass. So at the end of the day, we know, people want to say that Scorpios have huge egos, and it's like, no, we don't. We don't. People want to say Scorpios look down at their noses at people. We don't look down our noses at no one. We don't look down our noses at no one. What Scorpios do is, Scorpios know what the fuck's going on. Which is why a Scorpio will look at somebody and say, don't pull that shit with me, because I know exactly what you're doing. You're talking a load of shit. Why don't you just get real? Scorpios like people to be real. That's as far as I'm concerned. I've met many a Scorpio. Scorpios like people to be real. They like people just to show who they are. We're not all into the glam and the gloss and the this and the that. We're not. We're not that type of people. Sure, we might like to look good, but at the end of the heart of us, it's not all about what we look like physically. It's got to be depth. Scorpios want depth. So what I'm saying to you is, you could easily be the Emperor here, but all it is with a Scorpio is not the ego. All the Emperor says with a Scorpio is, you know what, I'm taking this shit seriously. I'm really serious about this. And you might be really serious and very, very committed to what your new awakening, to this awakening that you're finding. Because we're finding that you're going through an awakening period here and here. And here. It's all over this shit, Scorpio, that you're going through an awakening here. You really are. And you're happy for it. This isn't your ego. You have no ego, Scorpio. But what Scorpio... I don't know. I mean, for me as a Scorpio, I know that I... Okay, everybody's got an ego to a certain point and a certain degree. Everybody has. But some people, and they are called classically narcissists, will take that ego to the extreme. So what a narcissist will do is they will have an ego. For example, they'll get people who are being nice to them, and they'll use that those people who are being nice, and they'll turn it around and they'll treat it like a weakness. Because that's what a narcissist would do. A narcissist wouldn't treat somebody's kindness as kindness. They'll say, this person's being nice to me because they think that I'm better than them. So therefore I'm going to treat them like they're my stooge. Scorpios don't do that type of shit. So here you guys are, stepping into your power as the Emperor, I believe. If this isn't a person that you're conversing with about a new way forward, maybe with that Judgment card, simply could be, you know what, the Emperor. I mean, for some of you, maybe it's a relationship, Judgment, second time around, whatever it is. But, you know, I feel mainly for some of you guys, Scorpio, this is you guys standing in your power. The Emperor. Okay? I feel that you're building new things. And you're committed to it. Because there's been an awakening within you that says, I've got to do this shit. And I'm standing by it. Because you started seeing results. This is what makes you more excited. Yes, coming in, Scorpio, you're going to have to be badass. Because we are not tanks, Scorpio. Scorpio people have their doubts like anybody else. This is what makes us such complex individuals. Really does. A lot of people can't work out a Scorpio. Really can't. One point we see them as strong as hell. The next time we can be very, very vulnerable. We're water, right? But at the end of the day, you're walking uphill. You're advancing yourself here. You need to stand strongly in that power. Have self-belief, but also remember that you've got to put yourself first. The other thing to say is you're walking uphill. You're advancing within your newfound journey in April 2017, Scorpio. You might be plagued with some self-doubt. Cut through the self-doubt, I feel, with these cards. Your hopes will be for complete and utter change and annihilation of a situation here, in which it's telling you, take your time, Scorpio, man. Take your time. Rome wasn't built in a day. It's moving. It's progressing. Progress has not stopped. You've just got to carry on believing, because you're working hard. All right? You might be developing. The 8 often represent development. So the 8 of Pentacles and the High Priestess could also be for you guys. You're developing spiritually, because the High Priestess is a card about spirituality, and this is a card about development. So some of you guys might be developing spiritually as well in the month of March 2017, because you're making progress towards your dreams with the Empress. All right, it's a terrific month for Scorpio once again. It really, really is very, very good. And carry on doing what you're doing, Scorpio, because it's going to get you where you need to go. All right, you get a little bit of a, fall back. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just carry on moving forward. Your angel card came up as yes. Brilliant card. Really, really good. And I'll read you what that said. Hang on. Let's just get the card up. If I can find the why. Okay, yes, bravo. The decision you've made is the right one. There's no need to continue to sort through additional options. You know what to do, and you should move forward with your plans. You've made the correct choice for your personal growth and development. However, some decisions can be a true challenge. If the task ahead of you is daunting or even sad, then proceed with your plans in a way that is life-affirming and self-loving. And I feel that this is why we've got the Empress and the 8 of Pentacles. This is developing trust as well. Trust in the universe. Or, the Empress represents the unknown, okay? But with the 8 of Pentacles, to me, this is suggesting that you're working towards, revealing more sides of yourself, revealing what is unknown to becoming known, because you're making progress towards working towards your dreams. Ask your angels to be with you every step of the way, and don't hesitate to call upon friends and families for support. That's where the Emperor can come in, because if it's an Emperor, it can also be not just yourself, but somebody who's quite protective here, who might be, you're speaking to, you're communicating with, and they might be giving you a different outlook on the situation here. Okay, it's a brilliant reading. It's telling you to move ahead, because this is the right thing for you to do in April 2017, Scorpio. And what did the Lenormand say? Now, this was weird, because I didn't quite get it. Usually, I shuffled the cards. I wish that you guys had seen that. It's pissed me off a bit. Really, I should have waited, I guess, until everything was done on the computer. But I really wanted to get Scorpio done. I was just so excited. I love doing the Scorpio readings. Never mind. I feel that you have the gentleman, the lady, and the heart. So for some of you guys, there is a man or a woman around you, and this is love in the month of April 2017. Some of you guys, there could be an important relationship coming in for you. There might be a relationship, but this is a good energy when you get the gentleman, the lady, and the heart. This is a relationship here for some of you guys. It was weird that it should show up. I was expecting it to kind of affirm the reading, but it didn't. It just showed up. I was literally flicking away and asking the universe for information through the Lenormand, and 3 cards literally dropped on my lap. I really wish you'd seen it. And they just dropped out together, 3, because I needed 3 from the top of the deck, and it showed the gentleman, the lady, and the heart. So there's a relationship for some of you guys, potentially, in the month of April 2017. Who with? I don't know. But you know what? That's what came up. Okay? It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful reading showing up. Really, really nice. That's it, Scorpio. I would like to say thank you very much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I will see you guys again in May. Take care.